It's just so new and the rap game has been dry for so long. We wanted to just hit them over the head with something. We're ready. We fucking fucked the game up for a second. That was an excerpt from an interview conducted by indie outlet Loud and Quiet with rapper and producer Louie Pastel, one half of Paris, Texas, reflecting the reaction to the release of duo Paris, Texas' debut single, Heavy Metal. Since coming onto the scene in mid-February, the duo, with its other member being rapper Felix, have been on a mysteriously perfect trajectory, seeing cosigns from some of the most important figures in all of hip-hop, including Cole Bennett of Lyrical Lemonade fame. Comments on their first music video declared it necessary to quote invest as if Paris, Texas was an undiscovered cultural stock. While the duo is fucking the game up through their fresh blend of alternative and rock elements on top of a brand of tongue-in-cheek hip-hop, the reason for this mysteriously perfect trajectory can be attributed to music manager Mike Ahern. Mike Ahern was previously at the core of Chance the Rapper's team and had only one client up until taking on Paris, Texas, with that being pop star Claro. It is a given that Ahern would have the resources, connections, and talent to propel any artist with a semblance of talent into the ears of an abundance of young listeners simply by his blog and industry connections alone. This is not a slight towards Paris, Texas, as they've been making music in the underground for over 7 years, but it is no coincidence that every staple blog has pushed Paris, Texas for the past 4 months. That being said, I'm glad that Paris, Texas is the duo to receive this type of industry push, as their output is amazing and shows promise. Before getting too deep, we should look back at the duo's roots to explain how they released their work in the league of their May release, Boy Anonymous. Ironically, Louie Pastel and Felix's shared past has nothing to do with Paris, Texas the city, nor Paris, Texas the 1984 film. Instead, Louie and Felix hail from the Los Angeles neighborhoods of Compton and South Central respectively, with the duo meeting in high school in 2013. In an interview with DIY, Louie shared that upon meeting quote, Felix rapped and I learned how to rap, and he was way better than me, so I thought, let's practice together. They also detailed how they did not align musically from the beginning, with Felix dedicating his ear to hip-hop while Louie cited outsider guitar music and Italian dance outfit Eiffel 65 among his early influences. Even still, Felix and Louie were able to find common ground as they claimed they had quote, really good chemistry from the beginning. After collaborating throughout high school, the pair took to playing live shows throughout Los Angeles, and they shared in the same DIY write-up that they knew they were, quote, doing something special because of the way the audience, quote, gravitated towards their sound. Besides this initial formation of Paris, Texas, although not under the Paris, Texas name, there is little to no public record of the duo's existence until 2018. Felix has shared that, quote, 3 projects, all under variations of the same name, exist in the public domain, but these have yet to be uncovered. Ultimately, this effort to surround Paris, Texas with a mysterious aura is likely manufactured, as some have shared that songs that landed on Boy Anonymous were released to streaming services over 2 years ago. What likely occurred is that after Mike Ahern signed on as their manager, he wiped Paris, Texas from the internet to repackage the best of their music behind a well-funded marketing campaign. So with this manufactured hole in Paris, Texas' career, we must fast forward 5 years later ahead to the 2018 release of the SoundCloud tape I'll Get My Revenge in Hell, which is the first known release under the Paris, Texas name. Because we know the successor sound to I'll Get My Revenge in Hell is, the tape makes perfect sense as Boy Anonymous' predecessor. The tape sees Louie and Felix developing the groundworks of their sound across 8 tracks, as many of the hallmarks of their current sound are present, just in an underdeveloped way. I'll Get My Revenge in Hell also establishes the roles of the duo, because although Louie Pastel produces Paris, Texas' output, these 8 tracks cement Felix as the stronger rhymer, while Louie the hook man. The tape's opening track, RX, is a drugged out trap anthem and is structured around a killer verse by Felix. Retrospectively though, RX is simply out of place in Paris, Texas' discography as it lacks the unique flair of all the other duo's material. This unique flair would take shape on Sky Castle though, as the production style that the duo subscribes to takes shape here, with that consisting of a minimal beat at the instrumental's core that is supported by interlaced sound bites and samples that keep the song fresh and provide a sense of progression. The tape's third track, New, is my favorite off of the tape because it is built around these harsh 808s and lo-fi sound that are reminiscent of early XXXTentacion and NASCAR Aloe. For the final 3 tracks of I'll Get My Revenge in Hell, with one of these being an instrumental piece, the pair continued the same work of the project's first half by exploring alternative and underground lanes while always staying true to their hip-hop core. Beginning in February 2021, Paris, Texas would begin the rollout for Boy Anonymous, their first official release. As the first official release, the project feels so refined and truly professional, with it being a statement by Louie and Felix on how serious they are about making it in the rap game. With the drop of Heavy Metal as the project's lead single, the duo made waves, and rightfully so, as the track accompanied by a cinematic music video is highlighted by experimental production and tongue-in-cheek lyrics. With references to The Matrix and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure within the opening lines, Louie cemented what type of rap outfit that Paris, Texas intended to be. These reference-heavy and tongue-in-cheek lyrics act as the main addition to Paris, Texas' brand between projects. After allowing Heavy Metal to marinate for a month, Louie and Felix would drop Situations, which completely flipped their sound upside down and showed a new side of the pair. Situations sound is hard to categorize genre-wise because within 2 minutes, Paris, Texas laid down an alternative R&B chorus, a rap verse, and a guitar solo at the back back end of the track. Retrospectively, Situations was a strong choice as a follow-up single for the album's rollout because it showed the multifaceted nature of the soon-to-be released Boy Anonymous. When Boy Anonymous dropped in mid-May, this multifaceted nature would be celebrated across the board by fans, blogs, and critics alike. From the critics that reviewed Boy Anonymous, some of their scores include 5 out of 5 stars, a 7 out of 10, and a 4 out of 5 stars. For a debut project, these scores are amazing, and there's a good reason as to why Boy Anonymous is lauded by critics. The dabbling in a variety of genres by Felix and Louie while always keeping their project hip-hop at its core proved worthwhile, as it made the listening experience quite fresh. The most prevalent opinion of the project that I've been seeing online is that while there are some kinks to work out, such as sometimes stale lyrics, Paris textures just bring something fresh on the project. The tongue-in-cheek while sometimes introspective lyrics, the tight yet multifaceted production, and the cohesivity of the record all elevated into a great work. With Paris Texas just getting started, as most casual listeners are under the impression they formed just this February, they will definitely turn some heads with this project. Boy Anonymous is quite promising, and I wish the duo the best.